Your Olympic hero has arrived. It's true, it's true.
You're watching Fugitive Red-Eye, and welcome to another episode of Red-Eye Responds. This episode is going to be different because we're not going to be responding to anything I disagree with. Well, I mean, technically I do, but it's not like arguing, it's not arguing over something subjective. It's me responding to something that's incredibly outdated and someone's own speculation. And I'm mainly doing this because I find a bit of nostalgia with this video, because this was a guy who tried to come up with which characters are in the silhouette for the Halo Reach advertisement. Because at the time, nobody knew what the fuck Halo Reach was about. The trailer was literally just a shot of the planet and them saying it must be hell down there. The only inkling this guy even had to go off of was the book, The Fall of Reach, which has nothing to do with the game, if you've read it. They're two completely different stories, set on the same planet, mind you, and near the same time, kind of. Although The Fall of Reach actually tells the story across multiple time periods in Halo, but that's a whole other tangent. But without further ado, let's hop into it.
Hey there, and welcome to the Office of Naval Intelligence, Section 2.
Got this roleplay character going. I like it. I also really like this guy's accent. Like, I'm being 100% genuine with this. I like the sound of this guy's voice.
This video will focus on the possible characters that will be found in Halo Reach.
Oh goody, can't wait to hear your theories. Again, all he had to go on was The Fall of Reach. So I think he did a hell of a job speculating, even though he's 100% wrong this entire video.
Firstly, a look at this picture released by Bungie. We see 5 silhouettes of the planet Reach in the background.
So far, so good. He's correct so far.
Now we believe these 5 figures to be Spartan 2s.
And that's where he's wrong. They're Spartan 3s, with the exception of George, who is a Spartan 2. So at least one of them was a Spartan 2, but the rest were Spartan 3s.
At the time of the Battle of Reach, John 117, or Master Chief, was about 41 years old.
It's crazy to think how old Master Chief is, but then again the Spartan program does affect aging differently.
At this point, all Spartans are equipped with the Mjolnir Mark V armor.
Interesting way to pronounce that. It's Mjolnir, but again, could just be the accent thing, could be a regional dialect.
This was given to them the day before the Covenant assault on Reach.
Again, all of this is technically true information, but it's irrelevant to Halo Reach.
Therefore, from looking at this picture, it seems that the figures are not equipped with Mark V armor.
That is 100% correct. That is not Mark V armor.
But Mark IV armor.
That is actually not true. They're each wearing different armor. But that's a whole other thing.
And so, we can speculate that Halo Reach will in fact include the events leading up to the Fall of Reach.
No, not really. Like, it kind of does, but not really. Like, it's right at the Fall of Reach is when it takes place. In fact, it's already after the Fall of Reach, like, had mainly begun underway.
And will so possibly allow the player to play as the Spartans during their training.
That would have been so fucking cool. I really wish they would have done that.
And their early battles against the insurrection.
They should do a game about that, too. That would be really cool.
Firstly, the central character in the picture. We can assume that this is our protagonist and favourite Spartan, John 117.
Well, neither of those are correct. That's not the protagonist, and it's not John 117. That is Carter, the leader of Noble Team.
He's the Spartan leader, and so it is fitting he would be in the centre of his team.
Well, that part's technically true. Like I said, Carter is the leader of Noble Team.
However, John was only present for a small portion of the Battle of Reach, and so did not take part in the ground battle. This again supports the theory that you play up to the Battle of Reach, as otherwise, John would not be shown.
Well, again, that's not John, who is Master Chief, for those of you who don't know Halo. But, and no, it does not play up to the Battle of Reach, it is the Battle of Reach.
Especially without his Mark V armor, as it seems from the silhouette.
Yeah, Carter has the Commander armor. No.
Will we finally get to see the Chief's face?
No, we won't, because Master Chief wasn't in the game except for a small cameo during the end credits if you move the camera.
Let's look at this Spartan with the sniper rifle on the far right. In the books, one Spartan is particularly known for being very proficient with a sniper rifle, being the best sniper out of all the Spartans. This Spartan is known as Linda 058.
Wrong again. Not only is that not Linda, but that's not even a female Spartan. That is Spartan June, who would later start the Spartan 4 program.
Linda is described as a lone wolf, is also a very close friend of John's.
Although Linda isn't in Halo Reach, she actually is in Halo 5. One thing I do like about Halo 5 is the blue team missions, even though I hate most of that game.
Linda was also not a member of the ground team in the Battle of Reach, and so her presence in the picture again reveals you play as a Spartan during the early campaigns against the insurrectionists.
Again, unfortunately also not true, because that would have been a very interesting thing to see.
Now, this Spartan, as you can see him, is way taller than the other Spartans. Therefore, all of you who have read the book know this figure to be Sam, or Samuel 034.
Nope, that's George, and he's the only Spartan 2 of the bunch.
John's best friend. He is described as being a head taller than Master Chief, being around 7'6" unarmored, and so it is reasonable to believe that he is in fact Sam.
Once again, it is reasonable if you don't already have the prior knowledge of what Halo Reach is about and who the characters are.
The only twist being, however, Sam was killed in action during a mission against the Covenant when he was just 14 years old in 2525.
Right, so that probably should have been a dead giveaway that this wasn't in fact Blue Team.
The Spartans, being heavily augmented both surgically and chemically, are said to have the bodies of adult Olympic athletes, even at the age of 14. So then, what does this mean? Are the Spartans in this picture actually 14 years old?
No, but again, I'll reiterate, that would have been fucking cool.
Again, this points to the fact that we play up to the battle itself and see the early lives of the Spartan 2.
You really need to do a game where you play the early lives of the Spartan 2 program. That'd be so fucking cool.
Now, let's take a look at this Spartan. The figure seems very female and slender, therefore it is reasonable to assume that this is a female Spartan. The only other female of Blue Team, except from Linda, was named Kelly. Kelly 087.
Wrong again, that is Kat. But again, you are correct in her being female this time. That is the only female Spartan in the game Halo Reach. Kat.
Kelly is known for being very, very, very fast and is the quickest Spartan by far. The slender frame shown in the picture seems fitting for someone who can run so fast, therefore we believe this to be Kelly.
Again, although he's horribly wrong on all of this because of what would actually be in the game, he's very on point with his logic at the very least.
Spartan left, the one with the knife, we'd only believe to be Frederick 104.
No, that would be Emil, the only Spartan whose face you never see in the game, although you can find as an Easter egg in Halsey's lab. Emil's really cool, but he's very mysterious.
Frederick was a member of John's Blue Team, and so this picture does indeed show John's team. This makes sense.
Once again, most of Blue Team did appear in Halo 5, even though they weren't in Halo Reach.
Frederick 104 is also known for his skills with a combat knife, so judging that this Spartan is holding the knife, it's like putting two and two together.
See, once again, although he's horribly wrong, his logic makes sense.
That's it for this video detailing the possible characters in Halo Reach. We've determined the possible squad. Links to each of the characters on Halopedia in the sidebar. Does this mean a style of gameplay similar to that of Halo ODST, where you switch characters? What do you think?
No, but again, that would have been pretty cool, but instead you just play as Noble 6 the whole time, who is actually not pictured in the image because you create Noble 6, so he doesn't have a canonical look.
We've also found that the game will most likely include events leading up to the battle itself.
Once again, not true, unfortunately, although it would be cool to see the events leading to the Battle of Reach.
Also, look out for another character video as we only analyse the comms found in the E3 reveal trailer in the near future.
I don't think he ever made that one, but I think it's interesting he left this one up all these years later.
That's it from us at the Office of Naval Intelligence Section 2. Over and out.
So again, interesting theories to see, you know, while he was wrong on pretty much all counts, it's still interesting to see him theorize and try to figure out what Halo Reach is about and who's in it. And I think it's very interesting that he left this video up 10 years later. But anyway, that's it for this Red Eye Responds. Maybe not the most usual episode of Red Eye Responds, but it's a fun look back, so I thought, hey, why the hell not? I may not have been necessarily arguing against, like, points that are like, you know, oh, this guy's opinion on this, but rather I was just trying to see, you know, what people thought prior to Halo Reach's release. But yeah, that's about it for today. This has been Fugitive Red Eye. Have a good one.
He had a ring around his head. It looked like some sort of halo.
Reach!
You fucking Mackay are all the same. One little sniff of pussy and you lose it.